So, Call of Duty Ghosts has been released for half a year now. With enough time given to play the game, I can actually sum up an overall review of the game itself. Now, let's start off with the good things about Ghost in regards to its multiplayer. To start off, the biggest innovation in Ghosts was done by reducing the effectiveness of kill streaks. In previous entries, kill streaks did the work entirely for you, resulting in little growth for gun-on-gun skills. This was more apparent in Modern Warfare 2 with the Predator Missile, Harrier, and Pavlos setup, if you all can remember that. By nerfing the streaks in Ghosts, the gun-on-gun aspect of the game is restored to its former glory. The Create the Soldier system is awesome. For the first time in the Call of Duty game, I can actually use squad points to unlock my favorite weapons, perks, equipment, and kill streaks as early as possible, so I'm more comfortable while ranking up. In regards to perks, I am no longer restricted based on the amount of perks I can equip or being able to equip one per tier. The Create the Soldier system also allows me to customize the look of my soldier and even change their gender, something we've been asking for since forever ago. The connections are better due to the removal of theater mode. Granted, there'll always be some lag based on our locations and the quality of each person's internet, but at least the connections in general feel smoother. Extinction mode is way better than zombies. It's less difficult, more fast-paced, has a lot of customization. The story is actually understandable without having to go through complicated procedures. I have to say that Extinction is better than zombies, and I'll give a mild rant why. I mean, think of this, you can either play zombies, a mode that takes 2 hits for me to die, and a storyline that has become so convoluted. The only way to actually understand the story is if I complete the various tasks that are impossible to understand unless I view the steps on the internet. Also, everybody is the same in regards to abilities. Even with Perk-a-Colas granting some variety, there's still not enough of that variety to establish a great, appearance of the game style. Sure, yeah, there are positive elements like Pack-a-Punch, song playing Easter eggs, and a very atmospheric map. However, each experience heavily depends upon story and the ease of enjoyment, and Zombies just lacked in both of those categories with the recent installments. Or I could play Extinction, a mode that doesn't allow me to die so quickly, keeps me interested in the game as a result. No more hard to understand story elements, just a few easy to find intel items. There are clear objectives that motivate people to advance the plot and complete challenges with more optimism. And there are also more varied enemy types and even some awesome boss fights at the end of the newer levels. Now, lastly, every player is unique in regards to their abilities, resulting in a more varied experience that also requires some considerable planning and effort. Granted, the challenge may not be as hardcore unless you set it that way, and the map locations may lack ingenuity in their design, but as far as I'm concerned, I enjoy fighting aliens more because they aren't, quote, overdone like zombies. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate zombies. I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. Now, however, if Treyarch stepped up their game in 2015, then I'll be impressed. Otherwise, we just have to wait and see. Now, let's get to the features that make Ghosts less appealing. There are certain perks that are not equal among the selection provided. Amplified just makes footsteps, which is an extremely common occurrence in Call of Duty, into an audible weapon used against opponents. As a result, the only way to actually counteract this perk is by crouch walking, thus slowing the pace of the game. Explosives are already powerful enough, so I don't understand why Danger Close makes a return, just because it makes them more ridiculous now. Deadeye doesn't make sense, not just because of how it improves bullet damage, but how it takes like 5 points to actually equip it. Just for that chance to improve damage, it's just not worth it. The C4 shield combination is too powerful. There's just nothing like shooting somebody's shield only for that same shield user to throw their explosive and detonate them in a split second. Granted, this method of douchebaggery is pretty much limited to search and destroy and search and rescue, but it's still a game-breaking feature that needs to be nerfed. If I could fix it, I would either make C4 detonate only after sticking to a surface for a short time, decrease the speed of the shield user's ability to throw their equipment, or a combination of the two. IEDs are too powerful, yet for some reason, a lot of people disagree with me. The reason why I say IEDs are too powerful is because they have too many positives with very little negatives. It can detect users from any angle, it's small and sticky to be placed in the smallest areas, and it can explode with a nearly unavoidable blast radius. It's World at War's Bouncing Betties all over again. At least with Claymores and Bouncing Betties from Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2, they were more balanced based on how they had more glaring weaknesses. The Claymore can only explode in one direction, and the Bouncing Betties can be avoided by crouching or going prone.
Oh, but IEDs are not powerful. Just do sit-rep and blast shield and stop complaining.
Yes, I hear this quite often, and even the community manager of Infinity Ward said this. My response is that a piece of equipment should not be powerful enough to the point where equipping perks to counteract it are too essential to live without. Without those mentioned perks like Blast Shield and Sitrep, each map is a minefield of IEDs. Or, as one other guy described in response to Tina, why should I be forced to use a 2-point perk to counter a 1-point piece of equipment?
But IEDs are weak. Just jump out of the way or crouch to avoid them.
But even if you could somehow have managed to avoid the IED via jumping or crouching, as you said, there's still a 50-50 chance of surviving based on where the IED is located. If you hear the beep, do you jump or crouch? You don't know because you don't know if the IED is above or below you. Better yet, doesn't matter when danger close is applied to it. Overall, IEDs are more powerful than Claymores and Betties combined, and they are only used for the sole purpose of earning free kills. Finally, you have the kill streak system. Granted, I like how the kill streaks were weakened, but I don't like how Ghost decided to revert to the basic system where it results in objectives being hollow pursuits. It's not like Black Ops 2, where each tag has more rewards than kills. In Ghost, simple kills earn your streaks faster, so people end up baiting tags or domination positions for the sake of that desired kill streak. Kill confirmed? More like kill and not conform. Yes, the recent patch applied with the whole half points thing was a rather nice touch, but I would rather they have added that upon the game's release and not half a year later. What also grinds my gears when it comes to the lack of objectives is that darn 25 kill chem strike. First, we have a game where objectives are less rewarding. Now let's make the objectives even more worthless by praising a player with a 24 to 25 gun streak. Way to go! Let's give the players their cookies for being non-objective kill-whoring pricks. Other minor negatives include the guard dog being too powerful, shotguns are a bit weaker compared to Black Ops 2, quickscoping is left ungimped again, the frame rate drops quite a lot, the ridiculous size of certain maps is outrageous, and weapon camos are quite boring. Gold camo looks like a few first graders drew gold-colored crayon all over the weapon. It just looks awful. So in the end, the question remains, does Call of Duty Ghosts suck? No. However, Black Ops 2, in my opinion, trumps over Ghost in regards to the overall innovation and consideration for objectives. No Call of Duty game is perfect, but we can at least rate them based on the enjoyment we get from them. Ghosts is a fun game. It's frustrating at times, but it's still well structured and balanced for the most part. So, what do you think of Call of Duty Ghosts? Do you agree or disagree with my opinions? Feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.